G'day viewers, we are at the Presence of Mind Store Championship. This is the upper bracket final. The winner of this will go into the grand final. I've got Andrew playing Sam, Andrew playing Blue Sun, Sam playing Valencia. I'm joined today by Andrew and Stu. How you doing, guys?
Howdy, Alex. Thanks for having us.
Yep, g'day guys. Good to be here.
And Andrew's actually playing in this game, so tell us a bit about this Blue Sun deck of yours.
It is based upon the government takeover identity with using your punitive counterstrikes and then your normal scorched earth suite. So it's pretty much a standard Blue Sun scorched earth deck.
But super low agenda density, I guess. Maybe 6 agendas?
6.
Okay.
Correct. I do like that. So it had lost a game in the Swiss, but it won enough to get me through unbeaten to this game. This is round 3 of the double elim, and whoever wins this, as you said, goes straight through to grand final. I haven't played Sam at this point previously in the day, so curious to see how this Valencia goes.
So, seeing Valencia, you're probably suspecting blackmail, I guess?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. That closes down my scoring windows. But if I'm willing to give an agenda away, sometimes that can open an opportunity to, punitive counterstrike or something like that.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm not too worried about the bad pub or anything like that. I'm going to try and stick to the game plan and see what Valencia can do. The only problem is that sometimes Blue Sun can wait on your opponent to do something. And because Valencia's a bit of a control deck, they can be waiting for you to do something, and everyone sort of sits there and looks at each other.
So Sam with a day job already in hand, by the look of it, that's good for Sam, and
Yep.
I think he's got a clone chip ready to go as well. I think, not sure.
Yep, clone chip being shuffled there. I think that is us waiting to be told we can start. So we got ready pretty quickly, and we're waiting for the TO just to say, yep, everybody start up. So a little bit of phone checking to see, who's been texting me.
I think, Stu, you played Valencia, Sam's Valencia in the Swiss round. What did you think of it?
I did. It's very much like what I'd expect from Valencia. All the standard bad pub cards. I actually think I defeated him fairly quickly. He didn't get a roll on against me. His deck kind of was spending a lot of time drawing. So, which I think can happen, unfortunately, when with the 50 card limit on it, really does slow it down. But once it gets its roll on, it can just tear you apart.
Goodness, we are still waiting. Come on, let us go. Okay, there we go. We've been given the green light.
You kept your starting hand there, Andrew?
Yes. It had a Carisian grid in it, and I was expecting,
Looks like you've got a toll booth and an oversight, which is pretty handy. There you go.
Yep. Not
Nice.
the greatest, piece to use the oversight on, but I think I was, it gets the economy kick-started.
And a day job. So both guys off to pretty solid openings.
Economically, not bad. Although day job, I find a little bit slow in a lot of my decks. I hate to give up a whole turn in case I do need to run.
Restructure there. The economy is really ticking over.
Plenty of cash.
Yeah, really short of ice, though.
Does that matter so much, being short of ice? You want him to come at you? Wouldn't you leave windows anyway?
Certainly, but if he scores an agenda before I have Scorched Earth or Punitive, it's actually just giving away points for free.
What did we just see there? It was a piece of ice.
I was loath to play Checkpoint. I have a 1-of Checkpoint.
Interesting. Okay.
And because it gives out Bad Pub, I actually found it a bit of a dead card.
In this matchup, okay.
Definitely, yeah.
So some
I
recursion
would,
for Valencia on the board, clone and same old thing, and
yeah, I would definitely think on R&D that's also a Christian grid.
so it was a
So
hunter
here I
that
am.
went on to. Oh no, what was that
I'm
ice?
advancing that ice. It would be Orion.
Orion. Okay.
So try and get that up a few. Res it, try and trash a program, and then bounce it back if needed. It's a slow sort of card, and I'm not 100% sold on it in blue sun.
I like it as an oversight target. In addition to curtain wall, I think it holds its place on the strength of that.
Yeah, it's a solid ice, and you can certainly lower the cost significantly. Yeah. Sam over there's got another bad pub ready to go.
Willing to use up his I've had worse to get card drawer by the look of it.
Yep. So
He
that makes me
really
happy.
needs to get his rig ready to start making runs, but then if a successful run can always trigger the seesaws. So
Yeah.
tough
So we're
decisions
both
playing against blue
sitting
sun like
there
this.
sticking to our plan. He wants to, build a bad pub sort of stranglehold there. Build it up, take his time, and I want to obviously out money him. Definitely want a powerful economy, and then I need the key cards in my hand, which I don't think I've got at this point. I might have to start furiously drawing if he's not going to make runs. And there is
The itinerant
protesters.
protesters.
That's a real problem because all of the agendas in my deck are big.
And if he's able to get enough bad pub down, he can spoil your ability to combo.
Oh, there's me sneaking a snare out. Okay, just trying to tempt a bad pub, a blackmail run with a nice surprising snare right at the end. Will he bite for it? That's me. Just checking the ice and like advancing Orion again. No, protecting my snare with even more ice.
That did
On
exactly
schedule.
what you thought, yep.
Rise. Yep, so there's one blackmail down and a nice tag.
Oh,
And
and lots of
two I've
card
had
draw
worse.
for Sam, yeah.
Oh,
It's a great time. It's for Snare to get rid of those things.
Good to get them out of his hand, for
Yeah,
sure.
I've got a Scorched Earth in hand. You can probably just see it there. If I could follow up with Sis or Scorched after that run, I'd be very happy. But sadly don't have it. I may even start drawing for it soon.
So Sam would have to be tempted to use the investigative journalism while the protesters are up. But just the momentum that it
Yep.
loses you is...
Well,
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
putting something into the remote.
Fires one of them just to kill that hand size a bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's got two same old things, so I know he can continually keep blackmailing me. So now I'm in a very tight position. My hand size is shrinking, and he's got recurring blackmail. So there's nowhere for me to go. I'm being boxed in really quickly.
So without even having a rig on the board, he's able to box you in just with that self-modifying code.
Yep. Refuses to run the ice. Not even interested in looking at it. He's going to slowly, bit by bit, eat my whole hand away. And so it's really on me to sort of draw those blackmails out. So I need more traps or something.
So you do run quite a few advanceable traps from what I saw when I played this deck the other week.
I sure do. I need to draw runs desperately.
You might see an Overrider or a Shattered Remains from Andru from what I saw when I played him.
There, brain damage obviously to get the hand size down within to scorch ranged. That's one way past, Plascrete, and I've had worse. And the other way, of course, Shadow Remains is just kill the Plascretes outright.
There we go, double advance. So, advanceable trap, I'd have to assume. And
Can assume that.
drawing straight
Right.
out the blackmail. Like, oh no, not a blackmail, or
Yep, yeah, it is.
it is
I'm
a
just
blackmail.
pretending
Just
to look at
checking.
the ice.
Okay. And there
Little
it
lead ice, I
is.
can't. But it remains.
The broken
Credit.
Dinosaurus.
And he elects to trash that.
So he's lost his vigil, which slows him down a bit, and one of his clone ships, I think.
Yeah, he's got some interesting splash there. Self-modifying code. Actually, a great card out of such a large deck like Valencia when you really need your breaker. I like it. I like clone ship self-mod in Valencia. Really a bit of recursion, a bit of tutoring, which Anarcha always like.
The clone ship doesn't hurt. It also provides good protection against injecting away what you need for your rig. And inject is almost a must in Valencia, I think. Keep the cards coming into hand.
Yeah, and
He's firing
my
the
hand's shrinking now.
second investigative journalism. So your
This is
hand size
brutality.
down to...
Yeah.
What's your hand size down to now?
Two.
Two.
So this is the problem because I generally need 2 punitives or assist or scorched earth, to win from the flat line. The fact that my hand size is now 2 is pretty much signaling the end of my deck. Now I do have Elizabeth Mills in the deck, but I don't have Executive Boot Camp, and I'm really beginning to think that's a good idea.
What about currents in your deck, though, Andrew?
Investigative
And no
journalism. So, with no way to score and get rid of those protesters, it's a sticky situation, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm being cornered, killed. Unable to keep the key cards in my hand. Either agendas or scorched earths are going into the graveyard now, and that is not a good piece. Into the trash pile there. Sorry, keep using the magic term. Yep, discarding down. And yeah, I've learnt my lesson. This is a very... here we go. Hand size is now 1. So officially I can't end by scorch.
So now the archives must be tempting, given that you haven't Jacksoned.
Yep. The only thing that could help me win would be a punitive strike, assuming he doesn't have I've had worse in hand, and I can give away 6 points in 1 turn. So that's the new plan. I'd love another trap to try and draw out that last same old thing. Or a Jackson, of course.
A Jackson would be gold.
But I'm beginning to feel that Jackson would just delay the inevitable doom of this bad pub.
As long as you can keep it under 7 in the archives, then you've got the glimmer of punitive, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. Got enough money to land the trace. And my hand size of 1. Looking off to the side there.
Yep.
David. Probably the last piece and start checking. Nice.
So I guess he just wants to ensure that he's able to win in 1 turn and avoid that punitive.
It seems to be the best way to deal with Blue Sun. Just annihilate them in 1 massive turn. And that happened to me. Blue Sun lost 3 times like that. All in a matter of 1 or 2 turns before I could have a chance to retaliate. I think 1 game, Josh took right off the top a 3-pointer and then the government take over for a 9-point turn. But apart from that, I was actually, in control of the game right up until that point. It's heartbreaking. So I've set up a couple of remotes. So I'm going to try and... The idea is to sneak a distraction into one and an agenda into the other. That is the idea. So I've drawn up trying to do that, but unfortunately all I drew was ice. Or agendas. And so once they all go, graveyard.
Very difficult because you'll need to somehow manage to draw into the two things you need on that turn, given that you can only hold. Yeah, you can only hold one of the things you need. So
this is Valencia working perfectly. That is more money. Imagine killing blow will come soon. Yep, I'm trying it again. Try and get some remotes going. Jackson and an agenda would be a great sort of way to do it. Try and give him a 50-50. David bait there by the looks.
So that can, wipe off David's power counters.
Yeah. He does have clone chips though, so that's merely just a distraction while I continue to try and draw what I need. And blackmail into archives just to see how many agendas I've chucked. So, and there's a lot.
So up to 6 points. And the Scorched are out. Are you holding the punitive, Andrew? Or you've had to haven't managed to draw it yet, or haven't had to...
Here we go. I have a feeling I'm about to try and draw for it.
Okay.
Ouch.
This is where you'd love to have an Atlas scored or something where you can just go and grab it and finish it off. But
I was going into R&D to finish the game before I have a chance to retaliate. Nothing clone chip. David a break. Continues on.
Tolbooth. You can pay 3 and finish off the David
And
for the win.
Yep. Punitive. I'm going to be in a great position. The agenda I lose.
Oh,
and there it
is. Wow.
And that's how my day went.
Yeah, so
into the losers bracket and Sam through. Well played to Sam. That was perfect, Valencia. You really couldn't ask for it. I've come out better than that. And it certainly prompted some drastic changes in my Blue Sun deck to deal with that. The lessons learned.
Yeah, thanks for that, Andrew, and thanks for joining us, Stu. That's Alex. Alex Stewart and Andrew signing off. Thanks.
Thanks all. Bye bye.